Are we recording?
Yeah, we are.
Hi guys, it's Darren Stevenson back with another video. Today I'm going to give you a deck profile from the regional in Dublin where I got 5th with this Thunder Dragon Danger list. So you might have seen that Jesse Cotton and Bun and Temnick did really well at the YCS in Sydney. Unfortunately I couldn't go, but they were nice enough to share me their Danger Thunder Dragon deck. Their deck is like insane and like I really wanted to play it, but I wasn't confident enough to play like the Yazzie build with Mermares and stuff and the Destrudos, and like Destrudo always like does my head in time and stuff, so I just decided to cut those and I'm playing something quite similar, but like I just made it as close to 40 as possible. So a huge shout out to them to give me the list. Shout out to Furman and Ryan as well, who also played the deck. It's just a shame that Jesse didn't win. I thought he was going to do it. His deck is actually like, it's more or less perfect. Dotscaper for the win. So what I played was quite similar. So the Thunder Dragon lineup, I just played 3 of the OG guy, 3 of this guy, 2 of this guy, 2 of this guy, and 2 of this guy. So I know I said in my other profile that like it's really important to max out on these because of resources, but you're actually playing like a really different kind of deck because you don't really grind with your opponent anymore. You just basically just like get snow engrave as quick as possible and you just batter them, like you OTK them. There's no grinding because the snow helps you out all the Thunder Dragon monsters, and your deck's just so much faster and it has such a higher ceiling as well. Especially if you play Destrudo, then like you have like access to Yazzie, but I wasn't playing that, but I still had Bryanak and stuff because I was playing Bulb. And plus like the game doesn't go, games don't go on for as long like they do in Pure, so you don't really need as many. And plus like since I'm trying to fit as many dangers as possible, I needed to cut something somewhere. One of this, just because this can come up where you need to search it, summon it, and then banish, and then it's also just an extra extender. 2 amber. So like, people are saying that you should play 1, which is like it's fine if you want to play 1. That's absolutely fine. But for me, I don't want the variance of having to draw 1 and then not being able to resolve one of the best cards in my deck, which is Brilliant Fusion. And I think it's absolutely fine to draw this because you don't have any normal summon. What? Oh yeah, I know you can mulligan it, but whatever. Like you don't want to waste like you don't want to waste the Hawk effect to mulligan this.
Yeah, shut up, James.
Yeah.
Call out.
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah,
I think I kind of agree with that.
You're both poo. I play 2 just because there's not many normal summons in this deck, if any, and like it's fine to just set it and it turns into a Colossus, which is like absolutely fine. And then the Danger lineup, so I played 3 Nessie. So I maxed out on like the best ones that always like put a body on board. So I maxed out on Nessie, I maxed out on Jackalope, I maxed out on the Snake. And then, maxed out on the ones that always put a body on board. And then I wanted to play the same amount of dangers as they did. But I cut a Chupacabra because I felt like Chupacabra was like a garnet. Because if you draw it by itself without a danger engrave, and you hit it, then you've just went -1 in your hand. So I just cut it, but I played the Mothman because I really like the Mothman because it can be like really good setup, and it's not even that bad to hit it because it complements all these, and it's just another body that you can put on board to support Curious, and it's like fine. And I want to like play as many dangers as possible. I didn't want to max out on this because obviously it's not a guaranteed body, but it's still a card that's really good, and it's probably like the 4th best danger. And then I played the 2 Math that he played. So the cards that you can send off Math is of course like the best card in your deck, which is Snow, which just makes this deck absolutely insane. Like I wanted to like the only advantage like Pure has, I think, if you can't play this card is if you play hand traps. So like if Lorongo was like more popular, I probably would just play Pure. But I really want to play this card because this card is so good. Like I won game single-handedly because I had this card, and I lost the game because I didn't have this card and my opponent did. There he is over there, dickhead. And he was my only loss. And then
You fit it in Pure just fine.
yeah, I mean, yeah. And then the card that I didn't play Dotscaper. I really should have played Dotscaper because it came up a lot of the time where like you have Gold Sock and you already have access to, is it Raw, the one that's special from deck? So it just means that your Gold Sock is an extender for Dotscaper, and it means that it just puts a body on board. So I really should have played that. But this is like really good because it's a tuner. You can send it off this and it just puts an extra body on board to help promote Curious. And it's also a level 1 tuner, so you can synchro it with your 5 so you can make Bryanak. And then I play a 1 Grinder Golem, which I never drew. So I've heard it's really good. So I can't talk too much about that. Spells. I played 3 gold sort because you want to max out for the one that you start cards and the best cards in your deck. 3 Brilliant Fusion because again this card's like mental. I just don't know why anyone wouldn't play this card. It's just set up, it's crazy. I wasn't playing Prismora this time, I was playing Seraphonite, so it was a bit weird to try and get used to that, but like it just makes so much of a difference, just this being able to just get you Snow so you don't have to make Curious and you just go straight in the Saryuja. And also the extra normal summon is just really good because it's like, it works as like an instant fusion, so you just tribute over the monster, so you can tribute over the Seraphonite, and this also is just better because it just puts cards in graves. Free alert. Another really good thing about the Danger deck is that it allows you to play this card without like any drawback, because before playing this in Pure I think was a bit weird, because sometimes you can just draw too many of your Thunder Dragon monsters, or you just don't have it with a Thunder Dragon monster, so it's literally just really bad. But it can like fix hands that have multiple danger monsters, and since you play more darks you have the luxury of playing this card, and it's just like really cool. And then I played one of this. I was a bit hesitant to cut this to 1, but it was fine. I never needed the second one. I always tried to. You don't really need to dump this in grave because you have Snow. But when you do get to this, it's just another extender in your deck that lets you make Titan or Colossus, and it's just a follow-up fear of a turn if you haven't killed them. And I played a 41 card main deck as opposed to their 50. Like I say, I'm not playing Meme or Destrudo or anything like that, and I just cut a few other cards. The extra deck. So obviously I maxed out on Colossus. I didn't max out on Titans this time. I only played the 2 because you just don't really summon that often. And like I say, the games don't go on for as the extra deck's like more tight now because I'm playing more utility stuff, and the games don't go on for as long as they normally do with Pure. So the second's fine. Honestly, I don't think I even summoned the second. I think the only time where I did summon the second, I put one back, so like it was literally just there so I can put one back to summon off fusion. And then the Seraphonite again, I think this is better than the Prismora because you don't really. I never really found myself banishing Prismora for Titan a lot of the time, or I felt like I was like forced to, and I was just linking it away into Kaminari. Whereas with Seraphonite, it's actually an extender, and it works with Math and Bulk to make Curious. And then the Briar deck, which I didn't get to summon, which would have been nice to summon. Like I play this obviously just because it outs like a Thunder Dragon board, and it's because you play Bulb as well. Vlad just did a dab there. Curious because this is like absolutely insane. I don't know why this card isn't banned. Speaking of cards that aren't banned, this card as well. These being in the game is just so mental because this literally gets you. These get you to anything, and the 2 generic, they're just mental. Obviously, this gets you Snow, and if you've already got Snow, it can get you some missing Thunder Dragon combo pieces. Or it can, and if like it stays in the field, it's a threat because it's a floater. This is the same. We all know what this card does. It's just mental. It's an extender. Again, if it stays in the field, it's a threat because if it stays there, you just allow it as an extender. And obviously played Reproductors as well because it ladders into Sorceress really well. And then the Saryuja, which makes this deck really good as well because since you're spamming a load of monsters with your dangers, you can just like make this card, and like the fact that it draws 4 is mental, but it also special summons a monster, so it always summons a Thunder Dragon monster, so it can end on either Colossus or Titan, and then you'll probably have an extender after that as well when you've dug for this, so when you go into this you drew 4 and then you end on like a Colossus and a Titan or double Colossus. And then the utility stuff, so the Link Karibo because I play
Bulb stuff.
The Bulbin stuff, yeah. And the Nightmares just for utility stuff, the out stuff, Phoenix and the Unicorn. And then, so, since I wasn't playing Yazzie, and the main reason why I didn't want to play Yazzie is because I want to play this card, they're not playing this card, but I think this card's really important to play because it just ends the games really quickly. And also, I think if people are smart and you're playing against Striker, they can just get Ego Booster and then you can't kill them, whereas if you have Borrelsword, you can just kill them. And if you let Striker grind too much, it can just get really stressful, and then they'll just probably win because their engine is just far superior as a control deck. Does that dab mean it's 10 minutes yet?
You showed me something.
And then the side deck. So this card I just completely forgot about, and then this side is more or less similar to Jesse's side deck, and cool. And this card is just so mental. Like I felt like I drew it every time. Yeah, 10 minutes. I felt like I drew it every time I went second, and it was just crazy. A lot of the time I drew it and they just passed. It's really annoying, so it meant my hand was bad. But whatever, this card's crazy. I'm glad I played this card. 2 dead Pankratops just out stuff. 2 Lancia, which is really good against the Rongo decks and stuff. Red Reboot, good against the Gimp decks and the Rongo deck. 2 Impermanence again, just hand trap. Imperial Order because it says wee. And then they weren't playing evenly matched, but after evenly matched in, I probably shouldn't have played this. I was like playing it. What's up?
That's a lot. 2 ofs.
It is. Hey.
Mongo.
Sometimes, if not all the time. But I played evenly. They didn't play evenly. I shouldn't have played evenly. So one thing I thought was like really important in the mirror was to go second, so you can like kill them. And there's a lot of cards that can blow you out in the mirror going second. But it's fine. If you have Snow and Colossus, you're probably still going to win. So this was like bad a lot of the time. So yeah, that deck is one of the coolest decks I've ever played. And thank you to the guys that went to Sydney for it. And a big shout out to CCG, Games Island, Card Market, Custom Playmat, Ultimate God, and Junk's Playground. And a huge shout out for Vladis Baranowskis, who's recording right now, and for letting me stay at his house for free. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. And a shout out to Raph too. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you next time.